Now, with wacky weather this week, it's tough to decide whether to turn on the heat, air, or just leave the windows open. But one woman says she doesn't have a choice, telling CBS 17 her apartment doesn't have heat.
CBS 17's Steve Sprazier joins us now. And Steve, you're getting answers. What are you learning?
Well, Russ and Marius, as a renter, your landlord is required to give you plumbing and heating and other systems, maintain them, and also to repair them promptly. But at least one Raleigh woman says in her case, that hasn't happened.
Yes. The wintry knickknacks in Anita Monte's apartment mirror the conditions inside of the 76-year-old's home.
Last week, I was sweatshirt, I had my Afghan wrapped around me, plus another blanket.
That's because Monte's furnace isn't working. The problems began 3 weeks ago, and a maintenance man did try to fix it.
The heat came on. He started to walk out the door and it shut off again.
With the unit continuing to blow cold air, and after repeated repair attempts, she says the maintenance man gave up Thursday, December 12th.
And he monkeyed, and then he said, I can't fix it. He said, you're going to need a contractor.
The housing complex gave her this small space heater, which barely warms the living room. Although Anita's furnace isn't working, you can see that her thermostat is set at 68 degrees. Now, a half hour ago, before we began the interview, I brought a thermometer into her apartment and set it up in the kitchen. You can see that it's reading 54 degrees. The legal statute, as defined in North Carolina, says heat must warm living areas to 65 degrees when it's 20 degrees outside between November 1st and March 31st.
This isn't an amenity. This is a necessity.
Monte says she's heard nothing about a replacement furnace for 7 days, so I went to the rental office to get some answers.
The property manager would not talk on camera, but she did tell me that a heating unit for Anita Monte's apartment has been ordered. She would not say when it was going to be installed. She says she'll tell Monte when that will take place. As a renter, you have the right to prompt repairs of things like a furnace. And the Attorney General's office says if your landlord does not respond in a reasonable amount of time, you may decide to repair an emergency problem yourself. But be sure to keep your receipts. Now, Monte tells me she has filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office. She also says she fears retribution from the management company for speaking out, but says she had to do that. If you need to know about renters' rights, I've included some links in my web story today, so check them out. Working for you, I'm consumer investigator Steve Sprazier.